directly hit on those keeps and then eventually the core.
Yeah, we saw how fast draft number 1 went. We're expecting the similar kind of draft, but the question is, does MVP Black actually want to take Dehaka away from Honkono? And Kyocha is also really good Dehaka for MVP Black.
I think that's going to be one of the contested heroes. Falstad comes in first, as he's the better version of this. And for Black, I imagine we'll see the Zarya ban here. They're considering something else, though. This is the first time anything's been considered in this this drafting phase.
This one, especially against MVP Miracle, they have Tassadar. Tassadar is also a possibility, especially because Miracle favoring Vala so much higher than the other teams.
Yeah, but I feel like they've made a lot of adjustments in that regard. Black banning it away last time, but Crazy moving all eyes on him. Is he going to lock in the Vala, or are they just going to take the safer Malfurion? Or do they want to push something global here? Do they want to raise up the Dehaka to first pick? There's a lot of options right now. And I'm personally leaning towards the Malfurion. I think he's just all around good here. They're going to go with Varian instead.
Yeah, they're going to take that away from Tust, and maybe they can roll swap back to Honkono. We never know. That's one of the things that they actually have in their hands now, since they can roll swap anytime they want to between Dami and Honkono.
I hope they don't, but I think you're right. And I hope that they keep Honkono on the melee main, if you will, role. Malfurion comes in here now, and they're going to take Vala instead of Dehaka here. So going to value that DPS and leave Dehaka to Miracle should they decide to take it in this second round. We could see a Dehaka with the main Varian tank, but this means they can't get Dehaka and Ragnaros. That's just too much melee. It doesn't work. They won't be able to do the triple melee here. It's just it's a high risk composition if they're going down that path. And Sniper can't really play melee. He's not known for that, so that's why they're kind of limited to 2.
For now, they can even just try to go focus on Liming or Gul'dan, taking that mage ability damage before it gets taken out, as MVP does have the rotations right after. And also with a heavy front line like a Moradin or even Tychus if they want to before it is banned out.
Notice Vala is kind of the antithesis of Tychus in this league. Very highly picked, but with a very negative win rate. They're going to take Zeratul and Dehaka, which is going to force kind of an odd situation here, as we'll have Dami probably on Varian, Honkono on Dehaka. They're going to do the 3 melee. This means Sniper is probably going to have to play Zeratul. They might put Dami on Zeratul and leave Sniper to Dehaka, because Dehaka is kind of that split soak. You could kind of put him in the range flex category. Well, this means Sniper is going to have to play an off-roll hero here, and that is a little bit concerning. And I'm not sure if the 3 melees here are going to be worthy of this much priority. We see the Karazim denial and Tassadar taken from the Vala.
Tassadar seems to be the right one again, especially against the Vala Malfurion, as it is already picked from MVP Black's side.
Yeah, and Malfurion being on the table means you can narrow it down to the Tassadar. You don't have to consider the Ariel anymore. Zarya is removed. And the Vala pick just seems like a regular damage here. It's not going to be Glass Cannon Vala. It just can't be anymore unless they want to go down the Medivh path, which is, this is not his map. We're going to see Tychus. And they're not afraid of the straight counter with the Johanna with 3 melees already picked. So they go to 2 ADs. And we'll probably see, I imagine, a multi-shot Vala build coming out here.
Yep, that's very likely to come out. And with that draft, MVP Black, I think they're pretty set going into this game. And it's a question for MVP Miracle now. What kind of DPS are they going to choose? They only have few available. Sergeant Hammer.
Yeah.
Zarya is gone.
Sergeant, and we might see Sylvanas here or something, but there's nobody to play it. We're looking really for Crazy Moving's hero here. Like, what is Crazy Moving going to play? Is he going to play Sergeant Hammer? It feels likely.
Yes, he did play once in the season.
This comp just doesn't have any burst damage if he does that. Zeratul can try to make it work, could try to make it happen, but he's playing against an ETC. They don't have to worry about the Varian. Okay, Li Ming is going to be the pick. Rhaegar's the last. For some reason, Li Ming was out of my mind there, but For Black now, they either go with a melee like Thrall. They're looking for the solo laner pre-10. They either go with the Thrall here. Ragnaros is available. Crazy as that is, this late into the game, he's another opportunity. Don't know who would play him, as Sake was playing him earlier. We'll probably leave that to
I think
reset.
It could actually be Medivh coming out, because they do need some more protection on to Vala or even ETC. ETC is not the tankiest tier in the front line. I think Medivh actually fits into this comp.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It feels less likely we see a melee here, but more of a secondary support. Medivh's really the only one that's available. Zarya's banned. Tassadar's banned. So we're looking at a melee, a Medivh, or a specialist potentially, but I think that's very unlikely with already the Vala on board. It's going to be Leoric.
Leoric coming out
First time in Korea.
It is the first time coming out, and did not expect that on draft anywhere or in the season at all. It's been playing in EU and NA sometimes, but first time in HGC Korea.
Going to be pretty effective versus 3 melees. His Q slow, the lifesteal, and potentially the grabs he can get with his entombs. An unlikely pick here for MVP Black. Miracle goes triple melee. We're going to see who's going to come out on top. MVP Black currently leading 1-0. Will Miracle tie it up? Let's find out on Sky Temple. MVP Black in blue, Sake on Tychus, Reset on Vala, Tist on ETC, Kyocha on Leoric, and Meride on Malfurion.
An MVP Miracle in red, Honkana on Zeratul, Dami on Darien, Sniper on Dehaka, Crazy Moving on Li Ming, and Darvish on Rehgar.
So Sniper does play Dehaka here. No role swaps. Sniper plays off position, but the role he plays here is what he would normally play on Falstad. He's going to be the soaker. Overlaps with Honkono's playing a little bit here, but with 3 melees on the table, makes sense Honkono would be on the Zeratul. Dami sticks with the main tank. And this level 1, massively in favor of MVP Black. Not only do they take the watchtower, but they take down a tower. Tist should be able to get out of here no problem. So a pretty nice lead here right now for MVP, but they're not going to stop. They're going all the way. Will this actually work? Look at the dodge! Crazy Moving just parted the blue sea in terms of MVP Black with those skill shots. It was like they were the same type of magnet or something. They repelled away from the skill shot.
That was amazing how Tish just went to the exact other side and tried to body block them away. So his team can actually escape that route also, and he can power slide away later. What a perfect play right there. And Kyocha on Leoric. What can Kyocha not play? That's just amazing right now.
Well, with his new role, Leoric does take that secondary melee position in terms of what he's been playing recently. And so it's not out of the question he would flex into this. It's just how good is Leoric in this situation? Both Zeratul and Li Ming have solid escapes. Dehaka can ride out the Entomb. So Entomb is not going to be where the power comes here. I think it's going to be from the slows and the lifesteal. He's going to look to build into that. He's already increased range at level 1 to try to combat this heavy melee style. Anyone who tries to stick to him will get punished for it. If he can get his W off before he's taunted, that could be nice. Big power slide here from Tist, and here comes the rotation down from Honkono, but it's not fast enough to save Dami. He's going to try to make it a 1-for-1, and he will. And maybe it's going to be more than that as Tist gets caught. Honkono with the Vorpal. 2 kills for Miracle to 1. Going to take advantage Shrines currently.
And all this time, Leoric has been soaking on top. Miracle win the team fight, but it's an even trade at the end because the tempos are just taken from MVP Black.
Yep. And very briefly, even after losing the team fight, Black had control of 2 temples. They're actually leading in shots currently, but it's going to cost them Sake here as they commit to this. Honkono coming down again. Reset needs to get out. Good route here. Kyocha going to go for that lifesteal. Honkono should be able to get away, but you can already see where the power of Leoric is in this composition. Kyocha is not done yet. Looking to try to grab that kill onto Dami, but he escapes. MVP Black recontrols this Shrine. Black takes, I feel, the lead in structural damage with the kills against them and the EXP that Miracle rotated to faster, though. That's where that very slight EXP lead comes in if you look at the top bar there.
And that was about the same fight. A little bit more kills coming out from MVP Miracle, of course, but this is where a lot more of the things matter, where Leoric does not have global, cannot join the team fight when it happens, when the bottle temple opens in just a few minutes. That's why Leoric already starts to rotate down, as Dehaka is soaking a little bit more EXP on top.
This is a big, heavy commitment here by MVP Black. Dami does spot this, goes into the bush there. The scouting drone trying to look for a pick there onto Dami, but he reacts accordingly. This 4-man to the bot is looking to get the healing fountain. They have the siege giants. They want to have that healing fountain down for the next temple phase. And I think that Black should be able to get it if Miracle just allows this to happen any further. They're already out of ammo on these towers. The towers are gone, and Black is just going to say, this shrine belongs to us. Goodbye. And they can even continue to push onto this fort. Miracle is not responding to this whatsoever. They're trying to get the pick onto Tist here, but it's not going to happen. This is a big win for Black going into that next temple phase because it's going to allow them to win it, which will probably give 10 to Black. I mean, winning this, killing the shrine doesn't win you it no matter what, but it gives you a huge edge.
It gives you a huge edge, and also Sniper on this Killshot almost going down against Sniper, but they have the camp and they have Dehaka on top, which means they do not have the well fountain on the bottom lane. But having that potential of 5v4 fight on that bottom temple later on, I think that's one of the crucial things. Black did win the fight at the bottom lane, but Miracle is looking for a bigger picture right now, I think.
They're trying for it, you know. They're looking to get the EXP lead. They're trying to make up for this. I feel like Black gets ahead just because of that fountain alone, because we could trade a wall for a wall. They get a little bit more health, but it doesn't matter. You don't get the EXP unless the fort dies, and it doesn't. So nice dodge here by Sniper. The camp is now against them at a more important timing. The camp is against Black while they need to have someone defending it, which means Honkono has to stay up top, or not Honkono in this case, Sniper has to stay up top a little bit longer. And Black should be able to, as they group up here, take this shrine. The Leoric is getting extra mid-soak. There's no healing fountain, so every single point of hit points that goes down here for MVP Miracle is a problem. Look at Dami. Doesn't have a healing fountain anymore. He's going to have to rely on Darvish's heals. And they're just going to give it away.
And as Honkono is still cleaning up the camp on the top, I think he's barely done as he is just done cleaning up right now. There's actually Sniper on the house, my bad.
Well, we don't normally see this many roll swaps or 3 melees like this, so understandable.
And Temple almost gone from Black, so MVP Miracle, they're just going to go rotate, try to do some damage onto these walls, but I would say about the same trade for both sides. A little bit more going towards MVP Black because they had the bottom well down, as you said.
Yeah. Black gets a slight EXP lead. Kyocha gets an extra wave. But as it turns out, I mean, it's almost negligible. The fort goes down for bot, so Black gets that slight edge in structural damage. They have the damage on mid fort as well. But 10v10 now, as this is a second close game here as we expected. The series seems to be that way. Dami is going to go in with the charge, gets the steal here. This is actually pretty scary. They're actually going to go in on the Merry Day. We see Stage Dive is used here, but it's a bit too late. Void Prison goes down as well. Miracle wants to commit to this fight. They want to take it 5v4 now. We'll see if they can do it. Sniper so low. Down goes Vala. It's 5v3. There's the burrow. Sniper gets cleansed. He's still alive. Gets the drag off as well. Will he survive here? He does. And MVP Miracle is going to crush this fight. Sake nearly goes down as well. And all it started was with just a Varian walk-in. This belongs to me. And every piece of that team fight was perfectly coordinated by MVP Miracle.
Yeah, Dami really went in heavily. I thought at the moment it was way too aggressive, but the entire team really followed him pretty well there. And also ETC. And ETC leaving both not picking their heroic until the right moment. And when Stage Dive was used, that was the moment that Crazy Movement actually picked Disintegrate instead of Wave of Force. Yeah. These two teams know each other so well, and look at these plays. It is MVP Miracle winning the team fight, but this temple. And looks like there's going to be a pick on Kyocha. They do end up getting the kill. Nicely done.
It's a reset as well, but nothing more. Crazy moving, not going to be able to follow up here. This is the split temples, top and bot. Lyric will respawn soon. It's a small EXP lead they gain from this exchange. Black's actually going to, with the positional advantage, take both temples temporarily here. But they're going to lose the bot one very likely here. Kyocha respawns, and we now have the two global heroes at top, soloing the top temple. Normally, you're not this free to actually have this perfectly ideal situation where we have that matchup at the top just never change, but we're kind of at that point right now. Miracle struggling to get position here. Look at the scouting drone as well, helping zone out and helping spot and identify the angle at which Miracle is going to approach. Also revealing non-stop. Honkono is coming down here onto the Zeratul, trying to find a flank, but the scouting drone is just too well positioned. And Black actually will completely control this bottom shrine. And Honkono, or I keep saying Honkono too because he played Dahaka last game, Sniper only gets some of the top. If Black rotates up immediately, they might be able to take the last shots there too. We'll see. See what they actually try to do with the extra time they've bought. Like, they got theirs first. They're going to try to make something happen. Looks like they're just going to take Soak, as that is pretty far away up there, and Tist already came down.
And watch the positioning on Dami and Honkono right next to the boss. They know that Black is actually going to go for a boss if they, because Dahaka is on top. If they think that MVP Black is rotating all the way top, they can fake it and go for a boss. And Miracle, knowing that, staying in that bush is right there.
This is the kind of play I'm talking about when you get the lead in the temples like that. Since they finished first, they were looking for some sort of objective. They cleared the wave in mid to make it look like they weren't going to boss, but MVP Miracle called them out on the bluff, and then we just had Black realize, okay, this is no longer an option anymore. So they didn't actually gain anything from that extra lead they had in temples. And Miracle stays about a third of a level ahead in EXP. They're going to win this lane down here bot in terms of the Siege Giant push. As Sniper is jumped upon here. Actually in a bit of trouble. Will get away. So Miracle's starting to get a pretty significant lead here, and Kyocha is struggling to stay alive. Honkono's actually going to commit here. Dami wants to come in as well. He's already used his walk. Look at the body block. Goes in with a charge. And that's all they need. Not even a taunt required. And now it's a 5v4 again. Kyocha will respawn soon, but this push is now approaching the keep wall.
It is 5v4, and already Odin popped from MVP Black. This gives even more advantage towards MVP Miracle, and they actually can, if they really want to, they can go towards the boss if they will, but Kyocha is going to come back alive soon. Looks like that's not going to be the way. Miracle is having that sniper on top. They've been soaking, and ETC also. But it looks like the fight between that duel, one-on-one duel between Dahaka and ETC, Dahaka has been winning a little bit more, especially because ETC cannot sustain as well as Dahaka.
That's right, and he's been forced to leave several times because of the pressure in the bot here. They do save the keep wall. Coach is going to come into mid now. They collapse upon him once more, but this time he's protected. He's not alone. But Miracle gets 16 first, and they have that lead in terms of all the lanes pushing in their favor right now. They may try to parlay this into a boss, but it just feels too greedy. They're going to try to bait a boss, and they're looking for the pick onto Tist here. Tist goes too far forward. Does get collapsed upon here, and he's slowed. There's the charge, and the taunt committed there to prevent him from stage diving out. Just one tiny overextension, and you will die. Now they're going to take the boss, and they already start the temple. So even if Black tries to get all of the temple shots, it's impossible now, as Sniper's taken a few of them in the top lane. They're going to get the boss and rotate top, waiting for ETC to respawn.
Yep, and ETC can join the fight anytime he wants to right after response, so it's not the worst thing, but Black, the thing is Black is still not 16 yet. They just hit 16, so it's going to be a great fight coming out from both sides. Miracle rotating up top as they know, and this camp is pushing, so they need to clear this before.
This is lose-lose for Black. They're not going to be able to hold the temple, and if they get delayed here, the boss is going to do more damage to their keep. The only person down there to deal with this is Tist. He's there alone, and Black is going to get collapsed on here. Tist is going to have to come in. He has to stage dive in. He's just waiting for that moment. They actually hold the temple for now. Miracle's pushed in this lane, so it's tough for them to come in. Okay, here comes the commitment. The Void Prison is real. Waiting again for that stage dive. Here it comes.
And it comes. Reset is alive still. Dami gets silenced in the back line. Miracle not having their health Their health is almost too low. Lyric's the first one to go down. Crazy Moving has that reset available now. Black on the retreat.
Every second Miracle buys here is a big win for them. The boss is attacking the keep now. Tist barely survives here from that Echo Pedal, but Tist is so low. They are on the chase. Sniper heals up significantly here. Coach is about to respawn. The keep will go down in bot just barely. Like I said, lose for MVP Black, and they weren't able to decisively decide whether they were going to stage type in, give up the keep, take the team fight and the temple, or if they were going to commit down, give up the temple, and just lose the keep, basically lose the equal amount of damage to the keep based on the temple alone. In this case, they kind of took a half measure. They didn't get either good for them. It was lose-lose, and they lost a keep. So Miracle pushing closer to 20, and now they have that lane pushed forever.
And this is dangerous. Darvish is caught and blown up from the beginning of the fight. Varian just joins the fight. Dami was way too late, and this camp is going for Black. Well, that just had to make a choice as an ETC. You can't really do too much damage on the boss.
Yeah.
And you just have to look for the chance. Like, damaging the boss, of course, you do have to save your keep from going down, but I think the more important thing was to just stage dive in at the right moment to try to win the team fight. They really couldn't at the end, but it was worth a try.
Well, they got that one consolation prize in that they kill Darvish. So Darvish is down for 20 more seconds. This is giving them some time to relieve this pressure. They have the Siege Giants in bot as well. It's going to kind of slow down that push. It's going to allow them to commit to mid heavily here. Miracle did get one of the cannon towers top. I think the second one's very low. They're just trying to soak to 20 right now, so they're not going to try to take any fights. Even with Darvish respawning, they're just going to kind of turtle up, take that extra EXP, take this mid lane pressure, just turn it into a faster 20. Darvish back online now as we get set up for this next team fight in the next temple phase. Tist soaking the top lane, trying to get that extra EXP. They're still down a full level, and Tist needs to be ready to come in at any moment. Gocha is going to go down. Dies pretty much instantly, and Tist is not going to come here. It's not going to be worth it. But they want more. Void Prison is used. Here comes the stage dive, but they're going to be fighting a man down. Leoric is not respawned.
And Malfurion is gone from the beginning. They're onto the chase. 2 down, MVP Black. 3 down, Vala does go down, and Great Ancestral to save Honkana from going down. That's a 4-0 trade.
Miracle has not played this well all season. This is their best game they have played this season, G-Clef.
I believe that you're right. Those team fights are so good. MVP Black was a little bit out of position, and Honkano just coming all the way around from the back line. I think that made some crazy difference catching Void Prison at the end. Looks like this is going to be game number 2 going to Miracle.
That it will. We've got a series on our hands here. Miracle playing out of their minds. Black looking shaken. We are tied up now, 1-1. MVP Black versus MVP Miracle, the sister team matchup everyone's waiting for all week long. The exciting conclusion to this week of HGC Korea. 1-1 apiece now, and Sky Temple going in favor of MVP Miracle. It was close